Hello, listeners. I am Julian O'Donnell, and this is a special KBPR report. For the last couple of weeks, I have indulged on a topic that is widely discussed throughout the La Marinda community. The topic at hand is the issue regarding the placement of finals week, which is currently 2 weeks after the end of winter break. However, a lot of members of the community think that finals week should be before winter break. So to do this story, I needed to interview students, teachers, administration, and the district, who have important opinions that cannot go unnoticed. So I sat down with Allison Silvestri, principal of Auckland High School, who gave some thoughtful insight on the issue regarding the placement of finals week. Here's a segment of the interview.
When I was at Half Moon Bay High School, we moved finals to before winter break. So it took a little bit of an adjustment in terms of when the school year started. The other agreement, however, that we came up with was we were okay having the semesters not be exactly the same. So the teaching faculty was okay with it because we didn't offer any one semester courses except for government and economics. But it was the same teacher. So the teacher, same teacher, right? Government, econ, 2 semesters. So the teachers would just adjust what they put on their final. And if they wanted to continue economics, a week into the second semester, they would. But we didn't have any, like I said, one semester courses, so it really didn't matter in some ways. You completed, call it 80 days and 100 days. Either way, it was a semester each.
Personally, would you prefer finals week before Christmas break, or do you like the way it is right now?
I think that what it enables a school to do is really give students a true break during the holidays where they don't need to worry about studying because their exams are over. And I think that from a student perspective, it's definitely in good interest of students to hold them before break, so that students can have the time off and downtime. I also think the other challenge I see is trying to get momentum going when we get back from winter break, because now you've got 2 weeks, I'm assuming, of just review, or if people are trying to cram in the last of the material, and then we have exams, and then we have a work day. To kind of like get momentum going for the spring semester, I think can be quite challenging.
Interesting. The principal of our school believes that finals should be before winter break. Although she believes that finals should be before winter break, a principal's opinion can unfortunately not influence a major decision like this one. For more on how the district chose the dates of finals week and why a change was never implemented, I caught up with John Nickerson, superintendent of the Auckland Union High School District. Here's a part of our interview. Note that the first part of our interview is about the district's decision to keep finals week the same, which occurred roughly 8 years ago.
And the reason it's a little more difficult is because it also involves starting the first semester earlier, and that piece becomes very controversial. So.
How close was the district to moving it?
Very close.
Before winter break.
There was a school board vote, and people thought it was going to pass. One board member had an emergency and had to leave the area prior to the meeting, and when the board voted, it was 2-2. So it wasn't decided.
Would he have voted yes?
The conventional wisdom was that she was going to vote yes. There was a lot of community participation, particularly with the K-8 parent community not wanting an earlier start. Very controversial. 2 weeks later, they discussed it again, and keeping the traditional schedule 1-3-2.
So personally, would you prefer finals week before winter break, or do you like the way it is right now?
If we could find a way to do it, I think it would be wonderful to have semester end and then take a break, so that it could be a true break for most of the classes, for the students. So there wasn't this big 2-week chunk of time within the instruction of a particular semester. That doesn't make much sense either. And it's something we examine just on the surface, and we don't see an easy solution to it, so we haven't really pursued it.
Now, I have tried to come up with a few reasons why the district never voted in favor of moving finals week to before winter break. First, it seems that fate was not on the side of the students when the councilwoman had an emergency that prompted her to leave the meeting 8 years ago, leaving her vote useless to one side. Second, moving the school year 2 weeks earlier would have caused so much community outcry because of the families who do vacations and other families who have obligations. And finally, the way the calendar is set up leaves no room for putting finals before winter break. The only solution would be having 80 days in the first semester and 100 days in the second semester, which according to Nickerson, could never happen. So here are my final thoughts on this whole story that I've been shooting at you for the past 6 minutes. Personally, I would love it if finals was moved before winter break. Like Silvestri and Nickerson said, there are so many positives about an earlier finals that just can't beat the opposition to an earlier school year. Do I think the district will move it? It depends. Nickerson told me, in quote, "There isn't enough outcry at this moment to make the district change finals week." With enough community support, the change of finals week could potentially take place. The question is really, do the people want change? Only time will tell. Thank you for listening. Make sure to check out my video montage of interviews with students and my article, which are detailed below. This is Julian O'Donnell signing off.